My name is Lisa Ferrerio, and I have osteogenesis imperfecta, or brittle bones, and I have used a wheelchair all of my life. That doesn't stop me from doing the things that I love: being a wife, mother, daughter, sister, friend, and a great cook. The most important thing to me is my family and friends and the community that we have created. We celebrate life and entertain a lot. We have many dinners and parties, and all of them revolve around food and love. I hope you can use some of these recipes to do the same with your family. Hey guys, today in Denver, it is snowing again, which I am not a fan of, but it is. So I thought that I would do a casual filming of a soup that I'm gonna make. It is Giada's spicy sausage and escarole soup, or as my mom called it this morning, a spicy sausage and casserole soup because she didn't have her glasses on. But it does say escarole soup. So I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I'm not gonna add escarole today. I'm gonna do some spinach instead. And I have here the sausage. This is a turkey sausage that I found, a sweet Italian turkey sausage. I didn't even know that they sold that at my local grocery store, but they do. So that'll be awesome to use, and I'm excited to taste it. And then, like I said, I'm gonna do some spinach. And then it calls for celery, a bit of green onion. I'm gonna add carrots, some herbs here, basil, sage, and parsley. And then I'm gonna put some fennel and some bay leaves. And this, I don't know if you guys have used this before. This is a Parmesan rind, and Giada uses it a lot, and I've used it before. You can put it in soups and your red sauces, and it kind of melts in there, and it's so good. It makes it whatever you're making, the soup or the red sauce, really flavorful. And also you can dig it out at the end, and my mom and Anisi fight over who eats it. So I'm going to add some red wine because I like to add red wine to things, although my mom is less of a fan of that, but I think it makes it really have a deep flavor and really good. And then, of course, your salt and pepper that you would add. So I'm gonna go ahead and get things chopped up here, and then we'll move over to the stove. It's a pretty easy soup. It won't take you guys that long. And let me get chopping. I remember the first time that Anisi saw snow. She was so excited. Hi, Pearl. Did you hear me chop some celery and think that I'm going to drop a piece? That's likely, but you're going to have to wait. But we are ready for summer now, so, well, spring at least. Can we have a spring soon, please? Okay. Let me get these in the bowl. Yes, you're being a good girl, Pearl. Okay, moving on to chop these green onions. Okay, I'm gonna put them in the same bowl as the celery. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and do the herbs. Like I said, I have some fresh basil, fresh sage, and some parsley. Okay, I'm gonna move that back to my board. And my green onions and celery can go there too. And now I'm gonna go ahead. Giada opens the casing on her sausage, so I'm gonna do that. And she just kind of fries it up in chunks. Get the garbage right here. Okay, that was easy enough. This is not much better than the raw chicken, but we're doing it. And Isi is home sick today from school. She's in the other room, so I hope she gets up when she smells the soup cooking. And I hope she just didn't go because she has a math test. I'm not gonna fight with it. That little piece didn't want to come out. Ooh. Okay, so there we go. The sausage is ready. Everything else is ready. I'm gonna wash my hands and then head over to the stove. Okay, I'm here at the stove and I'm gonna go ahead and put the sausage into my pot here. I've added some of Tap and Taste garlic olive oil because that'll be really good. And then just some plain extra virgin as well. So here goes the sausage. Sizzle. You can hear it sizzle. Now I think I mentioned before that I can't actually see over the pot, which is kind of a problem when you're cooking. So Stacy, my best friend, kind of hooked up these two mirrors that you can see above my stove, above my range, so that I can see in to my pot here by looking up at that mirror. Okay, we're gonna let that cook for a little while until it gets brown. I have it on that medium heat here. We just want the sausage to be brown. And then I'm gonna add in the carrots and the onion and celery. So right now I'm actually gonna add some salt and pepper and the fennel. Let's get the salt here. Fennel's good for you too, so I like to put it in there. Not only because it tastes good, but because it's good for you. Okay, the sausage is pretty much browned, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add a splash of red wine, just a tiny bit, because I love that flavor. There, that's the splash. That's good. Okay. And we'll let that get down in there. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the carrots and the celery and a little bit of green onion. Okay, and again, I'm going to season that with a little bit of salt and some pepper. You want to season each layer. And I will give that a stir and see what we have. Okay, I'm going to let that go for a little bit. And then I'm going to add in I'm going to do a mixture of beef stock and chicken stock. Giada just does chicken stock, but I like both, and I have both, so I'll add those in there. And then we'll let that go for a while. And then towards the end, I'm going to put in the spinach and the other herbs, the parsley and the sage and the basil. And then I didn't mention, but she calls for tortellini in this soup, which is really awesome. So I'm going to put the tortellini towards the end so it doesn't suck up all of the juice. And then it'll be a tortellini and sausage soup, which is pretty hearty for like, you know, a lunch or a dinner. So I'm gonna let that go, and when the carrots are a bit more tender, we'll add the stock. I think that the soup is ready to go ahead and add the herbs and the spinach. The stalks are already in there, and it is bubbling away. So I'm gonna put in the herbs, the basil, parsley, and sage. And I'm also gonna add the spinach. This is probably maybe 2 cups of spinach. Okay, let's give that a stir. It smells great. So I'm gonna let that go for a little bit, and then towards the end, like maybe 5 or so minutes before, maybe 7 minutes before we're ready to eat, I will add in the tortellini. Ooh, and I can't forget my Parmesan rind. That has to go in. 1 second. Okay, here it is. I'm just gonna drop it in and it's gonna melt and make the soup fantastic. And Bear was choking in the background. Thanks, Bear. Good times, Bear. The soup is done and it smells amazing. So I'm going to put a little bit of my shaved Parmesan on. It'll melt in. And I have some crusty, I prefer sourdough, that's my favorite. Some crusty bread to dip in. I drizzled it with a little bit of garlic olive oil and then toasted it in the oven. So I'm going to enjoy this soup in my favorite penguin sweatshirt. It's still cold outside, and I guess I'll probably share with my mom and Chris. We'll see. Anyway, I hope this keeps you guys warm, and until next time, ciao.